So, some of you know me, some of you don't. I've seen that I already have some viewers on my first video or two and decided to do this introduction. My name is Ron. Many of you already know that. And I decided to post a workout program online. And the reason I'm doing this video is because a couple of people that I know personally asked me, why in the heck are you posting that online? What the heck? And I said, basically, accountability. Can't tell you how many times over the last 6-7 years I've said I need to get back in shape. I need to get back in shape. I want to start working out. And I never did anything significant to make that happen. 15-minute workouts a couple times a week, maybe 2-3 times a week, wasn't really getting me in shape, but it was keeping me from getting way out of shape. So I am doing this for accountability. And the guy that asked me, I said, do me a favor, just watch them and kick my butt if I don't keep it going, because I'm not going to let this go. This time I have no excuses. I retired. I don't have time. I really don't have any excuse whatsoever other than being lackadaisical and in my opinion, for me anyway, lazy. As someone who's been an athlete their entire life, playing pretty much every sport you can imagine, it's unusual for me to have this much time on my hands and not be in condition. One of the things that spurred it too was, I'm a golfer, and the last couple times I went out golfing, I was getting out of breath on the last 3-4 holes, and that never happened before. I also lost some distance on my drives, and being someone who likes to hit that long drive, that was a little frustrating for me. So, I remember the last time I went out, last 4 holes, I was dying over there, and I said, I got to get in shape. So here I am. And just a real brief synopsis as to, where have I been prior to doing this. Always was an athlete, always played every sport imaginable. Volleyball, racquetball, tennis, golf, baseball, softball, basketball. I'm sure I'm missing 1 or 2, but I was always in leagues 2-3 times a week. Between that and working out, I was always in great shape. And somewhere in my late 40s, I injured my back, ruptured my number 3 disc, herniated number 4 and 5. The doctors were just dying to cut me open. Oh, you need surgery. You need surgery. Well, I went through physical therapy, and I said, you know what? I feel pretty good. I think if I do this every day, I'll be all right. And, I have been doing that for ever since, damn near 20 years. And really have never had any serious episodes with my back. So, good. Unfortunately, several years later, while playing basketball, my leg got stuck, bent my knee backwards about a foot, and just tore everything up. Tore my ACL and my ICL. Had both of them stitched up. My meniscus, I don't know what happened to it, that it became detached from the bone, and they replaced it with a cadaver meniscus. So had that going for me. Took less than a year to heal, and went about my business, started playing sports again. Was playing softball, slid into third base. At the same time, the third baseman was putting his foot down, I was hitting there. We collided, his leg broke, my ankle got shattered, and ended up having surgery on that. I went through 3 casts. I was in a wheelchair for 4 months. So that was a pretty significant break, if you will. I don't know anybody else who had a broken ankle who had to be in a wheelchair for months, but they put 4 pins in that, limiting the mobility in my ankle to about 20% of what it normally would be. And that was the end of running and jumping sports. So everything else was out. Now I play golf. I do some bowling, cornhole, horseshoes, easy sports, if you will, as far as, the pounding your body takes. So that was that. A couple of years later, I had prostate cancer, went through a treatment they were testing out in Europe, so it didn't even cost me anything. Took about 4 months, maybe longer, and embryogenesis, I think it is, and came out clean. Fortunately, they caught it in stage 1, and haven't had any issues with that, except for I had to change my diet significantly for the next few years. So came out of that and said, okay, my body has just taken a beating over the last 4 years. And I put myself through the P90X program, and I was in fantastic shape. 5 days a week, hour to hour and a half a day. It was the most awesome program ever. And possibly responsible for why I'm even still on this earth right now instead of underground, because the next thing that happened to me was about a year and a half later, I had diverticulitis. Being a dumb man, and I think men are more apt to be this stupid than women, I did not go to the doctor right away. I waited a couple days thinking I just had some stomach issue. It'll go away. It'll go away. But after a couple days, I realized I need to go to the doctor. Went to the doctor. Within an hour, I was on an operating table. They said, you have peritonitis. So I had diverticulitis, which is a hole in your intestine somewhere. They had to repair that. And because I waited too long, it became septic. And that's why I got on a table very quickly. So they did the first surgery. I wore a colostomy bag for some period of time until they did the next surgery to put me back together again. They put me back together, and again, I had 2 pictures attached to this video of after the second surgery and put me back together with a whole shit pile of staples. But I have a roadmap on my stomach, and I'm going to have a picture of that as well. Because I went from having a perfect 6-pack, or my wife always said an 8-pack, to having a blob. And a belly button that you can't even find. So it is what it is. My life ain't no tougher than anybody else's. Shit happens. This is what happened to me. In my case, it just happened all at one time. It seemed like in a 5.5 year period, everything collapsed around me. And of course, one of the things the doctor said was your conditioning is largely responsible for you not dying on the table. My blood pressure got so low, 50 over 20 or some such nonsense, that they thought they were going to lose me. So things happen. Here I am, all right, years later. But I never really, it took 2 years to heal from that. And I never really started working out again with any significant level. There are certain things I can't even do abdominally that I could before. When I tried to do the P90X here, before I started the program that I'm posting, I hurt so bad, and it's been years, I hurt so bad I couldn't do it. First time I went through it, it didn't hurt like that. I got the normal muscle aches, but not that. So I decided, okay, I'm going to take all the various workout programs that I do, and I have done a bunch of them. I have several. Yeah, I did the 8-minute abs and the buns of steel, and several yoga videos, the P90X program, and so on. I've done all of them over time, and they're great. So I'm taking bits and pieces from all the different stuff I've done and just putting it together. And the one thing, when I did my first video, it was 57 minutes, and my friend said, dude, that's too long. Most people ain't going to want to hang that long. So I decided to keep it 30 minutes or less, and that's basically where I've fallen with the ones that I'm doing. So I figured out that I can do, go through 2 sets of 6 or 7 exercises in a 30-minute period without killing myself. And hopefully anybody who wants to join in. So that's all I wanted to say. That's where I was. That's where I am. The reason is I really just want to be held accountable. I'm hoping my friends won't let me down there, big guy. Stay on me. And, and I will outdrive you next time we go golfing. That's all I got to say. Thank you, folks. I hope you enjoy the workouts and join me. And feel free to DM me if you have a question or suggestions.